Good afternoon, students. Today we will again continue the part 2 video of rational number. So, here I am with exercise 1A, RS Agarwal, class 8, maths. So, I have written some of the questions, question number 1, question number 2, question number 4, and I will solve rest some of the questions also. So you just have to look at this video, and the rest of the question you can do it at your home also. So let's start with this session. So first question is, express minus 3 by 5 as a rational number with denominator 20. Now I have given a rational number minus 3 by 5, and I have to express the denominator as 20. Here the denominator is 5. So what I have to do? I have to do that minus 3 by 5. I will multiply both to the numerator and to the denominator 4. It becomes minus 12 by 20. Now as I see my question telling me that express minus 3 by 5 as a rational number with denominator 20. So I have expressed my rational number minus 3 by 5 as minus 12 by 20. Here it is 35. So what I will multiply? I will multiply minus 3 by 5 multiply 7 to both to the numerator as well as to the denominator. So it becomes minus 21 by 35. I hope that you have understood the concept. Rest you will solve at your home. Now let's come to question number 2, that is express minus 42 by 98 as a rational number with denominator 7. So I have to express the denominator, which is right now here 98, to 7. So what I will do? I have to just divide. I have to just divide both to the numerator and to the denominator a number which makes 98 as 7. So how much I will divide to make the denominator 7? I will divide by 14. So it becomes minus 3 by 7. Now you can see here, I have to express minus 42 by 98 as a rational number with denominator 7, and I have expressed it as 7 by dividing both to the numerator and to the denominator 14. Now my next question is, express the rational number in standard form. What I have said in the previous part, that in order to express a rational number into standard form, first of all I have to see that whether the denominator is negative or positive. So here in the first question you can see the denominator is positive. So no need to multiply minus 1 to the numerator and to the denominator. I directly divide both the numerator and to the denominator with a common multiple. So I can see here, if you divide both to the numerator and to the denominator by 2, you will get minus 6 by 15. So is it in standard form? I think no, because yet one common multiple is there to both the numerator and to the denominator, and that is 3. So what I will do? I will divide both to the numerator and to the denominator with 3. It becomes minus 2 by 5. Now you can see that both the numerator and the denominator have no other common divisor other than 1. So therefore minus 2 by 5 is my final rational number with which is in standard form. Now let's come to this question. You can see here the denominator is negative. So first of all what I will do, I will just multiply minus 1 to both the numerator and to the denominator. It becomes minus 24 by 64. Now what I will do, I will divide both the numerator as well as the denominator with a common divisor. So let's divide it. Now you can see here, when I divided both the numerator and the denominator with 8, I got minus 3 by 8. Now you can see here that minus 3 and 8 has no other common divisor other than 1. So therefore minus 3 by 8 is in standard form. Let's solve some more questions. You can pause the video and have a look on it. Okay, now I'm erasing and let's have some other questions. Let's come to question number 5. 1. That is, I have to compare that which one is greater. I have to compare that which one is greater. As I have already told you in the previous part that in order to compare both the rational numbers, we have to first take the LCM of the denominators. So from here, both you can see that first of all I have to convert it into standard form and then I have to take the LCM. So in the first rational number, the denominator is 8 and the second rational number, the denominator is 1. So the LCM of 8 and 1 is 8. Now what I will do? I will make the denominator equal to the LCM. So it becomes 0 by 8. Now you can see here both the denominator are equal. Now I have to compare the numerators. The rational number whose numerator has a greater value is the greater rational number. So you can see here 0 is less than 3 or 3 is greater than 0. So therefore 3 by 8 is greater than 0 and that is the answer. Let's come to further more questions. I am erasing it. You can pause it and have a look on it. One question is there. I have to arrange certain sets of rational number into ascending or descending order. So let's have those type of questions. Question number 8. Question number 8. I have to arrange the rational number into ascending order. So I have taken question number 1. The questions are 4 by minus 9, second minus 5 by 12, third is 7 by minus 18 and fourth one is minus 2 by 3. Now I have to arrange them into ascending order. What is ascending order? Ascending order is the arrangement of numbers from smallest to the largest. Means smallest will be written first and the largest will be written in the last. So I have to compare this rational number according to ascending wise. So what I will do, first of all, I will check whether the rational numbers are in standard form or not. So those which are not in standard form, I have to make them in standard form. So you can see here, question number 4 by minus 9 is not in standard form. So I have to multiply minus 1 to both the numerator and to the denominator and I will get 4 by 9. 5 by minus 5 by 12 is in standard form. Third is 7 by minus 18 is not in standard form. Then I have to multiply minus 1 to both the numerator and to the denominator to make it standard. And minus 2 by 3 is in standard form. Now what I will do? I will take the LCM of the denominators of these rational numbers. So the LCM is LCM of 9, 12, 18 and 3 is, using prime factorization method, you can take the LCM. So 3 3 are 9, 3 4 are 12, 3 6 are 18, 3 1 are 3. 3 1 are 3, 4, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. So my LCM is 3 3 are 9, 9 2 are 18, 18 2 are 36. So what I will do, I will make each and every denominator equal to my LCM, that is 36. So I will multiply minus 4 by 9 multiplied 4, so it becomes minus 16 by 36. Then I will multiply minus 5 by 12, 3, it becomes minus 15 by 36. I will multiply 2, it becomes minus 14 by 36. And last one is I will multiply 12, so it becomes minus 24 by 36. Now what I will do, I will just compare the numerators of all these rational numbers. Whose numerator is greater is the greater rational number, and whose numerator is smallest is the smallest rational number. So you can see here that minus 24 is the smallest one. So I may write like this way, minus 24 by 36 is the smallest one. Then minus 16 by 36 is the smallest one, then minus 15 by 36, and the last one is minus 14 by 36. So I have arranged the following rational numbers into in ascending order. You can write the original original rational numbers also here. First we will write minus 2 by 3, then I will write minus 4 by 9, then I will write minus 5 by 12, and then I will write the last one, that is minus 14 by 36, that is minus 7 by 18. So I have arranged the rational numbers in ascending order. You can pause it and have a look on this process. Now let's see how we will arrange the certain set of rational numbers into descending form. So I am erasing this. Let's see question number 9, that arrange the rational numbers in descending order. Question is minus 2, then minus 13 by 6, then 8 by minus 3, and the last one is 1 by 3. So first of all, what I will do, I will first see that whether these rational numbers are in standard form or not. So first of all, those which are not in standard form, I will write it in standard form. Minus 2 by 1 is already in standard form, so I don't have to write anything. Minus 13 by 6 is also in standard form. 8 by minus 3 is not in standard form. I have to multiply minus 1 to both the numerator as well as to the denominator to make it in standard form. So it becomes minus 8 by 3, and last one is 1 by 3, which is in standard form. Then what I will do, I will first take the LCM. LCM of 1, 6, 3, 3 is what? Is as obvious 6. Let's see. 1, 3, 3, 6. So it becomes 3, 1, 1, 1, 2. It becomes 1, 1, 1, 1. It becomes 1, 1. So my LCM is 3 2 ja 6. So what I will do, I will make the denominator equal to the LCM. So it becomes minus 2 by 1 multiplied 3 multiplied 3. So it becomes minus 6 by, I just multiplied 6 to both the numerator and to the denominator. It becomes minus 12 by 6. Then minus 13 by 6. I will multiply 1 as because it is already the denominator is already in LCM, that is the value is equal to LCM. So I will write minus 13 by 6. Then minus 8 by 3, I will multiply 2, it becomes minus 16 by 6, and and 1 by 3 I will multiply 2, so it becomes 2 by 6. Now what I will do, as my denominators are equal, I will see the numerators. The value of numerator is the greater rational number, and I will arrange like that. So here you can see that my yes, you can see that here 2 by 6, both the numerator and the denominator are positive. So I will write first 2 by 6, which is greater. Then I will write minus 12 by 6, which is greater. Then I will write 13 by 6. Then I will write minus 16 by 6. So this is the arrangement of rational number in descending order. I will write the original rational numbers also. So it will be 1 by 3 greater than minus 2, greater than minus 13 by 6, and greater than 8 by minus 3. So this will be my answer. Okay, so that's all from exercise 1A of rational number class 8 maths. Rest of the question just try to solve at your home. If you have any sort of doubt, then when our class resumes, we will repeat these topics once again. So thank you and stay safe at your home. Okay students, now we will head towards the next topic, that is representation of rational number on real line. As we have already studied in the previous class, the representation of integers on number line. So right now we have to represent the rational number on number line. So let's see, I have already drawn a number line. I have set 0. To the right of it there are positive integers, and to the left of it there are negative integers. Now you have to represent the rational number on this number line. So let's see how we will represent it. Question: represent 1 by 2 on number line. So for that I will draw a number line, set a point O here, then I will take a point A. Let O be 0 and A be 1. Now I will divide OA into two equal parts. Let P be the point which is midpoint to OA. Now you can see OP is the first part and PA is the second part. So I may write OP as 1 by 2. So here I have represent 1 by 2 on number line. Let's take one more example. Represent 3 by 5 on number line. Now as you can see, 3 by 5 is less than 1. So it must lie between 0 to 1. So I will draw first a number line, set a point O, then I will draw A, let's say it is 1, and I have to divide 0 to 1 into 5 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see here first part, second part, third part, fourth part and fifth part. So here you can see here it is 1 by 5, it is 2 by 5, it is 3 by 5, it is 4 by 5 and my last one is 5 by 5. So I have to represent what? 3 by 5 on my number line. So I have represented 3 by 5 on number line. Let the point be P. Let's take one more example. (13 by 5). Now as you can see, my numerator is greater than my denominator. So first of all, I have to divide 13. So what I will get? By 5. So 5 to the 10, remainder is 3. So I may write 13 by 5 as 2 plus 3 by 5. 2 is my whole part and 3 by 5 is my fraction part. So I have to represent 2 whole 3 by 5, that is 2 whole 3 by 5 on real line. So I will draw first the number line. Let's say 0 is this, A is 1 and B is 2. Now as you can see here, 2 whole 3 by 5, it means that 2 is the whole number and 3 by 5 is my part number, and which is, I think so, you can also analyze it also, that 2 whole 3 by 5 is greater than 2 but less than 3. It means that 2 whole 3 by 5 is greater than 2 but it is less than 3. So it might be, yeah, it must be represent in between 2 or 3. So let C be the third point. Now what I will do, I will divide B and C into 5 equal parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I have to represent 3 by 5 in between it. So this becomes 1 by 5, this becomes 2 by 5 and this becomes 3 by 5. So this is my point. Let's say it is P. So P will be my point, which is P is equals to 2 whole 3 by 5. So I have represent the rational number on number line. I hope that you have understood the concept. Just go through exercise 1B. Just go through exercise 1B, R.S. Agarwal, maths book, and solve the remaining questions. Just try it. You can easily solve these questions.